All right, we'll just go over what happened today and then try to see what we're looking for in the future. But let's go ahead and look at our kind of our monthly. We're kind of halfway through our month. Let's check what the ES candle's giving us on the monthly. Get closer. My mic was passing out last time. Okay, so on the monthly, we're inside month looking pretty decently bullish. We're doesn't look bad. Weekly, we had a nice push up. Wondering if we're gonna fill in this wick. Or we kind of had a little sell-off slash kind of pullback. End of day, the right channel. And let's check out what our daily did yesterday. Pretty much doji. Doji I would definitely like a little better, but pretty decent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green days, kind of 2 red days, kind of a little boring. But today we're looking at, pre-market I sent out, that kind of triangle we had forming. From kind of Sunday night highs. Actually, I don't think I took it from this one. Just erase that. I was trying to line up for this one. I was trying to line up for kind of market open. There's really no point of, the breakout of the triangle pre-market, which we kind of did. Came back. This was pre-market, 8 o'clock. Definitely a nice little bounce off the bottom. 8:30 pushed up. This is what I like to see, like kind of in a triangle breakout, kind of any kind of breakout. You kind of want to see like a test and then like a little pullback and then a go. You don't want, want to see the test there. On breakouts, I don't like to see just like a, almost a perfect triangle breakout where you have a test of this trend line. This one, we tested this one. You can tell we went up here. And then you can see we went down and then up. I don't really like to see a breakout when it happens like this. I like to see that little where buyers are definitely showing, strength going into our breakout. But decent breakout. We opened up 9:30 right here. We had a nice pullback to that area. If you popped up your 15-minute, which most of the time my charts are on 15 minutes, you can tell we had a nice demand here from that bottom. We were able to push up. We broke the structure here, came back up, and then we created a new one. This was probably the best long to go to right here when we came right back down on that zone. Right at 9:40, and then a nice push up. So most of the time I'm on a 15-minute or 5-minute chart, kind of helping out with a lot with futures instead of getting stuck on that 1 minute, kind of zoned out. Especially you get on a 15-minute, you had that long here, and then you can tell definitely. Look at this candle right up at the top, made a new high, doji, and then just a strong sell. That kind of gave us even another warning of a decent sell-off. Getting here, nice doji. We broke the low of that candle. That's your entry. Do the strat kind of sort of thing. And your stop loss is new high day. I love those reversal right here. That would have been a perfect play. We came down. 9:30 market open would have been my PT. But overall, looking at this, we didn't really it didn't really give away the high on ES. If you're looking back, we really didn't. Where are we? Let's mark up the high. 40.35. We really don't touch anything up here on the 4-hour. Get this line. 4-hour. Not really showing anything, like a supply or 2 hour, we had this little consolidation here, but this candle kind of throws it off. It's a little weird here, but if we go over NQ, this is why it's good to have both charts up. To have both charts up, if you pop over NQ, I was looking at I believe the 8 hour. No, the 3-day. 3-day. Kind of like a higher time frame. If we zoom all the way in, we had this 3-day kind of supply up here. Right here, this key level 11,700. You can tell, kind of was a nice support. Back here, was a resistance. That's kind of 11.7 was kind of a little breakout area. So, if we drop it down to a lower time frame, definitely shows a lot. This is 11.7, kind of a resistance. We broke above. We held as a support. Kind of broke below here. And, anytime this 11.7 area was, we caught nice bounces, kind of broke below a couple times, but, overall, this 11.7 area was a key level, a couple weeks ago. And that's pretty much where our, if you look at the high today, that's pretty much, hold on, let me close Bookmap because it is slowing my computer down. That's pretty much, I was looking at that. Definitely was really, really strong. And if you go to kind of SPY, this is what I tell people trade, chart, yes, SPY, SPX, all these little different things will show you. And this is where, the 4 hour, I just basically had a line, but we had there's our supply, that strong sell off that we had a pretty decent gap down. We sold off really well from 400 to 378 here. So, the chances of it coming back up here and then selling off again, even halfway or a little bit, is good. But, we basically touched at 40, 433, almost spot on today. It's pretty well at the top. If you go SPX, kind of the same thing. SPX doesn't give you extended hours, but you could tell here's XPX. Kind of the same thing. We had that supply that gave us a gap down here. And 415.54, let's see, pretty much to the tick on that supply right here. So that's a good thing to always have ES. ES really didn't show much today. Didn't really show its cards. NQ kind of seemed a little bit stronger, a little bit weaker. And then, kind of later in the day, we still had these nice little, you could tell, look at, as soon as we get down here, we wake up. So buyers wanted to keep this trend line. 15 minutes showing you nice bottom wick. This is a good time to go long every time we hit this bottom trend line. Could have had technically 3 nice longs off of that. And then, of course, we are breaking it after hours. Definitely want to see kind of a retest, see if this could hold. I think Asia has some news tonight, so you can see a support. Let's see if it could become a resistance. SPY, we're also watching. I gave an alert at 396.76. Let me double check that line. That should have been a dark pull from yesterday. I think that's what I had. So I'm double checking because it kind of matches up to that over there. I don't like how it matches up. The dark pulls from Friday were about $1 billion. So this morning, I sent out that alert, 396.76. So it was that. That was definitely that was our dark pull here Friday. over $1 billion. You could tell that was kind of, high volume area. You're going to look for a little bounce, especially when, it's a noticeable buy from Friday. That was a good time to take those dark pools to your advantage on that one. We'll go to the play I took today. Tesla was pretty, I try to tell people keep your charts simple, keep them simple. You have, just look at overall, you have, the setup took since December 23rd, right here. We had a nice bounce support off of this 125. We came up. We did one resistance, two resistance here, kind of a third one here, fourth, fifth. And then we were able to kind of push above it. Not sure why. Pre-market had a nice strong pre-market, showing a lot of strength pre-market, especially seemed like a lot of buyers came in at those lows on pre-market, and we were able to have a nice bounce off that 125. That's not when I took it, because I've kind of been a little strange with these levels. I don't really like to take bounces recently. I like to take the pullback to it. That kind of breakdown. No, I want to see that right there. We'll see a couple plays that this actually happened. But saw a bounce off 125. I came on the chart, and I'm just looking at the chart, kind of, even on the 1 minute, you can tell. Looking at this chart, we had a nice strong push up. We retraced, we made a new low. But this kind of area, we kept kind of coming back to. It kind of seemed like a little super fast inverted head and shoulders that we kind of created. So that was a good play there. I definitely thought it would hold 125. If you looked at any, Twitter flow or anything like that, there's definitely a lot of dark pull at the lows. A lot of people buying those lows on Tesla because, it's a good long-term hold. But we'll go ahead and forward it. And there's that little right shoulder. And we kind of had a little hiccup here. Kind of came down. Should have, if I averaged it down, it would have been a really nice play. And then it was just off, especially with that some kind of news, like Canadian or European banks news definitely helped push the whole market overall today. And then we kind of rejected that 131 level, which was my next level, and so I decided to get out. But look, we actually came back and had a beautiful retest of our little breakout area, so we definitely could have got back in. You don't really notice this 11:15, 11:30. This is when I go pick up my son from preschool, so definitely don't like to get in plays there, but definitely beautiful breakout from that level, retest, continuation. I tell people just try to keep your chart super, super simple, and you can find plays like this all day long. Let's go to Apple. Let's just stay on the 15 minute. Apple, this 136, 133 level has been interesting to me. 136. I remember playing 136 back here. Puts off 136. So we broke below. Nice resistance. This is where we're coming up. We kind of showed a little bullish. Apple kind of seemed a little bit stronger today. But overall, Apple really didn't. Tuesday. Yeah, Apple really didn't show anything today. Just that nice break over 133. We could have taken the breakdown, retest, continuation, but overall, Apple just decently sideways today. AMD, I was watching at 71.5 level, was Thursday's highs. But AMD, I think, is in a chop area. Oh, we could go up, but I played AMD a couple, I think last week, and premiums were moving slow. So I was looking at NVIDIA more on that one. Amazon. Amazon really didn't show anything. Definitely that 8130, which is on a weekly, huge support. A couple of years ago, I thought it'd break down with the market selling off a little bit, and so we actually got puts on there. They kind of went to zero, but oh well. Nice 93 level. You can tell. Look at 93 overall. Nice resistance becomes support. Kind of a lot of consolidation. Became a resistance here. We were able to break above, test it, continue up. Google was one I almost alerted today. Overall, just like looking at Google, we're just, before today, we were just kind of 92.39, but we had this 90 level, which was kind of almost looking like Tesla, but resistance. Broke above, test. You went long on Google off that 90 level. 1, 2, 3. So if we do hit that 90 level, I'm probably not, looking to actually short it because it's getting weaker every time we hit it. So definitely watch that. We are able to sell off. Definitely watch a breakdown to 90. Kind of head towards 87. Meta, I really haven't been watching Meta. Microsoft. I don't think I watched Microsoft today. Sold off pre-market. Had the news with the sales cutting, but showed a little more strength than normal today. I really wasn't watching it. Netflix was one I really wish I would have grabbed puts. Well, first off, this 300 level on Netflix, I waited kind of for this one to hit. Here's your support. Became resistance. Became a resistance. 300 level. We just destroyed it. We're kind of going level to level to level. And of course, 329, which is previous high here. We'll probably go back. 329 support, sell off. And that's where we kind of what broke down. I wouldn't have taken this initial push, but that push up into that 329 continuation down. That's the plays I like. Those are the safer plays. These plays that open, I honestly personally don't know how people take these plays that open, because I don't know what direction it's going. We could have taken the quick breakdown of that level, but the market at open, I feel like could reverse anytime. But the retest at 329, you still get a good, decent return. 5.5 points. This one was 8.5. So you still caught a nice, a nice drop. And it was less risky. You could look back and find levels from yesterday. You can be like, well, here's a level with these, breakdown. This might be my stop. This might be my stop. This might, I'd probably keep that as a stop. This is just a less risky. The less riskier plays, and that's the one I always tell people, to go to. Low and slow, get your profits, move on to the next day. Don't look for those home runs. Yeah, they'll come here and there, when you catch a SPY 0 day or SPX 0 day, but honestly, it's not, in the long run, personally, it's not worth it for me. This alone, if we caught this Netflix play right here, that would have made 50, 60%. So why risk, 0 days when we could have went pretty decently there? NVIDIA, semis definitely showed strength today. Off the bat, I was looking at, if we're looking at the chart, just level to level to level. This is all it's really doing. I'll pop the 4 hour. You can just tell how we're just moving level to level. This hold of like 160 area would have been a nice actually go long area, or the retest of this 154 definitely a pretty decent place to go long. You can tell this 169, 60, 169. I don't know why I have a weird number on that one. 169 was kind of resistance here, but we were able to break up. You know, like I tell you, it's not. I'm not going to get into that first original play, because if I alert this, like by the time I buy it, I alert it. You get the call. You get on your phone or a computer, and you get into the play. We're up here. I alerted it here. You know, you already missed out 3 points. You're not getting this because you're chasing whatnot. So there's really no point of alerting. I don't know why people alert at open. So the play, what I would have done is, you know, there's this break and retest of this 172 level. We had another beautiful retest of 172, and guess what? We retested 172 again, and then just, you know, took off. So that's the play. You know, we would have gotten here. We probably would have went red here, but guess what? We held level, and we went up 3% from there. So, you know, that's the less risky play. There's no way people could alerted that at open. Got in, alerted it, sold, trimmed, all that. You know, communicating it to you guys in a timely manner while doing everything else. There's honestly no way. So, you know, you had that level 172. I don't think I sent levels out because I was busy today, but, you know, that 172 level was pretty solid. And then I was watching kind of this uptrend. I thought we'd kind of sell off, but so 1, 2, 3. And NVIDIA really didn't hit that. Kind of wanted to see it there. We're kind of making like a little inverted head and shoulders. I don't use inverted head and shoulders a lot. I just like the formation. Because the reason I like the formation, apparently Professor X, one of my buddies, told me kind of like the least successful formation. But what I like to see is you making a higher high here, you're making a higher high, but then we make a lower high. So that's what I like, a lower high. We're not, you know, this would not be a head and shoulders if it came up here. That's why I like head and shoulders. We're kind of making a lower high. So that was kind of the thing on the video. Also Tesla, I want to go back to Tesla. So that play kind of turned red a little bit when we got it at open. And this is what I do when I alert my plays to see if I kind of want to average down and get out and whatnot. Now, obviously that 125 is the ultimate stop loss. I alerted it. Let's actually get some timestamps to make it, you know, almost perfect sense. 947. So let's go 947. So I thought we would break out there. We pulled back, you know, that's probably a 1% pullback. Yeah, pretty much a 1% pullback. Option contracts probably went down 30%. This is why I don't do percentage stop losses. But what I like to do is you put your fib, you swing high to swing low. And you know, I have one setup where it has a 0.33, you know, and I look to average it down or possibly exit if we were able to break that 0.618. But you can tell we were definitely holding this fib right here. Nice buying wick, buying wick, buying wick. So that kind of held me in the play, and we had just a nice continuation. So that's something I like to use, you know, especially doing futures. Kind of use on that, you know, we could pop over to ES. I'm kind of done with charts, just kind of want to go to strategies. A lot of people have a lot of exit strategy issues. You know, if we were looking to go long here, you know, you kind of take this fib here to here. And look, we actually bounced right off that 0.618 and continued up. So that would have been a nice average down. And I probably would have sold most of them right here and then probably stopped out eventually. But you could also, take it from the low, from high to low here. You tell this one I probably would have stopped out if I would have gotten short here. Probably would have stopped out unless I had my stop kind of that pivot high. So that's something I like to do, kind of to see if I want to get out of play. You can tell there's definitely a lot of these during the day. We can do this. That's probably the point. You pop that 0.71, 786. There's that 0.786 we're able to hold. So these are good average down areas, and then the ultimate stop loss is going to be that pivot. Also, let's go over some exit strategies. Also, kind of, I like to tell people I like to see where we did. When we kind of came up and tested this and sold off. That's 4,000. But for me, what I like to tell people is like, when I get, especially a futures play, when I get into a play, and there's a lot of scalping today. I took a lot of lots today, a lot of different trades, just getting in and out. But, if I'm shorting up here, I'm going to start working, if I short, just hop down to 1 minute, kind of find a short up here. Just say a quick one right here. So I'm looking at this. This is kind of like a 418. Yes, but we're kind of like a flagging. You'll see this a lot. Not the best one. Kind of a quick breakdown. But, if I'm going to short it down here, yeah, I would have went red here. But I would have been like, okay, my first PT is going to be here. My second PT is going to be here, and kind of figure out where my actual take profit levels are. VWAP definitely is one. And then I'm going to be like, well, my stop loss, if we're able to break and hold 418, that'll probably be my stop loss right here. So we're able to break and hold that 418. So when I'm getting into a play, I'm having set up my stop loss, my take profits. And, especially on futures, you could definitely start moving your take profit level. Keep moving it down. Keep moving it down as we go down. And if it hits, it hits. You just move on to the next play. So let's look at what could happen tomorrow. Obviously, this kind of trend, this uptrend we recreated, has been broken. And let's just see what kind of downside we have. We kind of have this 39.7950. Don't know why this is here. So overall, basically what we did was we had a nice triangle. We broke out this 3,900 level. Basically a beautiful breakout, retest, continuation. But the difference about this one compared to previous consolidations is we really didn't move strong. And then we're just consolidating again. Kind of previous consolidations, we've had strong moves. Consolidation, strong move down. Consolidation here, strong move up. Consolidation here, strong move down. So this is kind of the, consolidation here, kind of a bigger one, strong move up. This is kind of the first one where we're actually not really going anywhere after our consolidation. These daily candles are kind of overlapping. Move all these lines. Daily candles are overlapping. We're kind of just giving up. There's our consolidation up here. Strong move down. Big candles. This is kind of like the only one that's only like kind of teetered and slowly went up. But to the downside, I'd like to see kind of where we could head. You know, definitely. Watching that 39.70, we have a pivot here, pivot. So 39.70, if we have more downside, 39.70 to 39.79 would be my downside target. If we break below that, we've kind of already touched that. And then we'd have this one. This kind of like 1 hour doji. See if we could hold that. But we do have PPI tomorrow. You know, the economic calendar is pretty strong tomorrow. So definitely could push us one way or the other. Let's see what else on economic calendar. UK and Eurozone have CPI overnight. We have PPI. Bostic speaks at 9 a.m. Housing market index at 10. The beige book at 2. And Thursday we have a lot of fun too. And Friday just speeches. So, you know, we definitely have a lot of economic. And then we have tech earnings. And we have had a nice push up into tech earnings, which in previous past we push up into tech earnings and we dump on tech earnings just because they're not what they're supposed to be. But we'll see what it is. Let's see what else I go over. You tell definitely, you know, I have some indicators, but obviously I'm basically price action. You pop them up during the day. They do help with, you know, overall. Let's just go through other tickers. I just want to chart some. So when I'm charting like random tickers, I just go like to the 4 hour, 1 hour, and just see what it looks like. BA, just a decent, strong, nice strong move up, kind of almost broke out. I don't know what that line was. It did actually break out. The BA, I hate playing BA. Someone asked me about BABA, and I told them that 128 level definitely need to get past it. You can tell there's resistance. We had a bunch of resistance here, so I want to see if it becomes a resistance again, or if it's going to break above and become support. Goldman Sachs had earnings, so whatever. PayPal, Roblox had definitely decent news. I was actually looking for this uptrend to be broken on Roblox, and I would have looked into playing the breakdown of it, and it really didn't happen. They released some news on their sales or whatnot. Roku actually is stuttering around this 681 fib, but I'm really waiting for Roku is this 62 level. This is kind of a waiting game for me. They have a nice support became resistance. So that 62 level is a huge level. So that's something I just wait on. I'm just kind of just sitting back waiting. Shop 41 level. Support, resistance, kind of fake breakout here. No more resistances. So, when I'm going through these tickers, I'm looking at just key levels that were resistance, and we haven't been able to break above. So you're looking for the breakout, retest, and continuation. Square, I really haven't looked at Square in a while. Square broke out of the flag it was doing. Nice breakout. Look at breakout, retest, continuation. Upstart, Airbnb, it broke out. Yeah. But also Airbnb, look at this kind of 120, 125 level resistance. Didn't get up here yet. So kind of watching Airbnb at that level. You know, I can break it down. I can find there's Chewy and this same thing. I can break it down and find like kind of, more levels. You can tell this 45.5 level. It's definitely a nice resistance area. Probably was support, became resistance. But a lot of these tickers, you're kind of just looking for that crowd. Looks ugly. The FTX, I was waiting for something. FTX support. Broke down. We came back up. Actually, tested as resistance the other day. So I kind of missed that one. Peloton. Not really watching Peloton. Riot. Nice downtrend break. Bitcoin's kind of been pushing. See UPS. Tell UPS right here. Was a support back here. Support here. Resistance. Kind of like a resistance 69 area. I'll move it down. More of a zone on this one. Resistance. We broke up. Yeah, you could have taken this play, but then you could have caught the second little push from here to here, and it's still 8%. So I'm saying you don't have to be the first one to call the bottom or call the top. You don't. You just gotta find these levels. Merc. No, PFE. I see nothing. Snow. Nothing. So that's gonna be it for me, guys. Appreciate it. I'll have the recording up. If you guys are watching on YouTube, definitely subscribe. Please subscribe. I'm trying to grow. I see a lot of people watching this but not subscribing. So if you guys can subscribe, that would be awesome. Like the video, comment, do what you gotta do. Appreciate you guys.